morning, everybody. A very nice gentleman was on YouTube, bishop down the country, being an independent bishop, and he has a problem with the same-sex marriages. And in fairness, I listened to everybody like a court judge, and he made some very good points. He's a problem, where are they going to put it? So he must mean when two people's together, I know he doesn't mean this, how are they going to operate? Because he figures that in natural sex, that's the way the system is designed. But if you do go up someone's rear end, it's not designed for that business. Marriage did protect children, was a very good thing. It's been for years, it won't have been perfect, but he brought up a point about discrimination, and we say they've been discriminated of people in same-sex marriage. Well, I'm going to argue that you're actually discriminating by having the same-sex marriage, because there's sharing in an ordinary marriage, as he uses the term cocks. I don't mean this in a bad way, I mean this in a certain way. I'm saying there is discrimination if you let two people of the same sex to marry, whether a male or female, because if we talk of an equal society and inequality, we should have a male and a female. It's half and half. It's like giving you two right shoes. Give everybody right shoes. Well, that'd be wouldn't be no good to anybody. Wouldn't be productive. I do believe that a civil partnership is the way around that. I don't believe it should be allowed the same. A civil partnership, I could see being fair in secularism, but it's contradicting itself. If you give people of the same sex the right to marry, no, they must share, and otherwise you're defeating the philosophy or action of equality. In other words, you're making inequality by allowing people of the same sex marriage to marry. If we're supposed to be sharing an equal society and all this type of thing, it doesn't make sense to me at all. And I don't know what's wrong with I know from a theological point of view and a Christian point of view, you don't agree with I'd have to agree with the bishop on that. You don't lie together. But if we're in the secular world and you have to have equality, no, I think you're making inequality by having same-sex marriages. You should let the people have a union, and then you can call it what you like. It's a union of people together. A civil union, I see nothing wrong with that, with equality. Maybe there is theologically okay, but I'm just looking at this individually from a legal or a common viewpoint, maybe a secularist viewpoint. So you must preserve marriage as it is, or this society is going to fall, and it needs a lot of help, because the state has taken too much control over the family. And to be quite honest with you, it appears to have making, in ordinary language, a balls of it. Excuse me expression. Now, what we need to do is to strengthen the marriage, which we have, which the church is saying. I agree with that. Strengthen the marriage, and it's sacred, and life is sacred with everybody. And it's also the people that have it's sacred with people who have a different sexual persuasion. But I don't believe we should be creating inequality in the of marriage. It will be making it very unequal. If you allow men to marry men and women to women, it wouldn't be right. It's like going into a shop, in a sense, and getting two right-hand shoes. But have you the right? It's contradictory no matter what you look at it, what level you look at it. So it's very important. Possibly, there's different levels of equality we can look at, but we can say, for example, we can let them have civil partnerships, because if those two brothers even living together, and they mightn't be doing any, as he didn't know where he was going to put it, there could be two people living together and not doing anything like that. It's just that when they die, they want to leave the possessions right, that they're covered, and they're covered together as a law. If they're sharing and doing things together in the house, I'm not talking about in bed or any of that jazz at all. Now, that's a different part of the game. But at the moment, leave marriage as a vote-wise. Keep the marriage as it is, or you will pay a big price. Society's gone wonkers at the moment, and let people. Then you're leaving it fair if a man marries a woman. We can take different levels of inequality, but it's not too bad at that. And leave the civil relationships a different thing. And then that's civil relationship. What the heck should we're making big problems if we do this. And unfortunately, when VAT came in with EC, I'm not for DC, and I study a lot, and I don't see success because globalization, it doesn't work. It's like complete nationalisation of problems. If you have full privatisation, which the EC is promoting, it's privatisation in most cases. It destroys democracy, and it gives an awful imbalance. As you can see with the divisions of wealth in the world, the powerful people that can manipulate, get control, and the fellow with the vote, he might wipe his backside with it, because that's the way it's heading that direction. So if you want to be democratic, like democracy, it doesn't really work. Ideologically it works, but in practice democracy it's not made out what it's to be. But at the same time, we like there's some choice. But instead of going backwards, there's maybe a middle point when you get the best out of something, the optimum point. I see that at the moment we're going backwards in a lot of things. This extra politeness and can't say what you think, and for heaven's sake, it's gone to a joke. You just can't say what you take. Someone saying you said something you shouldn't have said. It's going to get soon that it'll all be like take vows of silence. We'll be doing away with speech. So it's a sad thing that we have this dilemma to face with. But I do see the grounds of inequality. You're creating inequality, having same-sex marriages. No. You must make them separate out. Like take, for example, at the moment the legislation. If you put up candidates, you're supposed to have a certain amount, even in voluntary groups, you're supposed to have a certain amount of balance. So they take the personal participation networks which are placed in county forums. They represent all registered groups who are in counties. Now, even in that, you have to have a balance with ladies. The rule is now it's a 40-40, I think it is. And so you have to have that balance. But in a same-sex marriage, how can you fucking balance? You can't have it. Because within that marriage, you're creating an inequality. And it's making a jinx of things. It's making a laugh of legislation. Like if someone from outer space came in and they looked at it today, he just going rare and mad in this bloody world. And anyone that thinks that the EC is globalization won't work, because you never get a utopia, and it's making it too competitive. Like the working man would always be kept at subsistence level. I think it's Karl Marx said that. I believe in that. But you can't take anything with you when you die. But what brought me attention to this tonight is the inequality, and this gentleman, I won't mention his name in case he doesn't like me to mention his name. He's an independent bishop, a senior man down in the country, and he's gone on about he doesn't know where to put it. Well, I think he does know where to put it, but he's being polite about what he's saying. And what he's really saying is someone to put their penis up someone's back passage. Now, to me, that would be, maybe to some people it's grand, but I mean, no, that'd be terrible. Jesus, it's not designed for that, number one. It's designed, a man, the way it's designed, it's more natural. Because it's about procreation. We have to say, what's marriage about? Is it a joke? No. It was a way of fueling capitalism, was brought out as a cheap way, keeping the family, the wife slave to the sink. And this is a very simplistic view, of course. The wife would slave at the sink, do the housework, and it kept the cost of wages down. So we're talking about all these rights, and the threads is all going out of line. Like a family unit was a good way of having social control, and you do need some form of social control. You needn't tell me it's gone out of all proportions now, the whole system worldwide. We've just gone daft, as I see it. Too much the other way. So what I'm just sum up is, and Martin, I'm sure he knows where to put it, and that's not the question I want to raise, but the point about it is the inequality I highlight, that by having same-sex marriages, you're creating inequality, because it's not equal. So if you apply for a job, you have as many men and women applying type of thing, you know, all this type of thing, and giving jobs out, the gender balance. So putting them all into one, that's really heading for trouble. That's like making ghettos. Next we'll have ghettos. And we've seen what happened with ghettos in countries in the UK, trouble. So wise up, folks. Let them have their civil partnerships. It's they'll be facing their God. You let them know the facts. Let them decide. And don't destroy the marriage as we know it. And if I would be asking people, personally, they can say, do what you want. I'd be asking people, do you vote for against the referendum in the Republic of Ireland on same-sex marriages? And also presidents of Ireland, a lad of 21 is too young. As a matter of fact, I feel the Constitution should be written in Ireland. I don't feel it should be rewritten, not altered, rewritten. And we should look at, do we need a president and a T-shirt? And to put a fella in at 21, no, leave it 35. That's my opinion. And if you think enough about it, you'll probably come right to my way of thinking. But if you just think in a hurry, you'll jump in, oh, this is great, same-sex marriage, this is perfect. No. It's not fair to have a same-sex marriage and equality, no. Even if I'm not a homosexual, and I don't apologise or remember what I am. I'm just an ordinary person, and I feel that we don't want discrimination, and it's contradiction. It's going round the bloody circle. It's like liberalism gets round to conservatism, and you go round the circle, and you're trapped, and then you're going mad. You're just changing there for the sake of changing. So stick with, if you're talking about equality, same-sex marriages makes inequality within that system. So God bless you all, and hope that the good Reverend, most Reverend gentleman knows where to put it. And don't think that they're naive in that part of the country. God bless us all. And we try to live and let live, but that's my point. Inequality, if you talk about it, there's big. If you have same-sex marriages, you have inequality. There should be, as much as he says, a cock and a well, it should be a clitoris and penis in each union like that. God love you all, and hope I don't confuse you. And I don't want to sound insulting to anybody, because who am I to insult anybody? I wouldn't want to insult, but I'm just bringing a point up. God bless you all.